While I'm no longer a councillor, I care deeply for my community, and that means caring about the effect of any decision that is made by council. The Douglas Park community are fighting an uphill battle over the expansion of an improved cemetery that was rushed through the last government in 2020. Councillors objected, the Mayor of the time spoke at the panel, the doors of the meeting closed, and the outcome was the approval of a cemetery on a rock shelf, requiring milling of the stone before any bodies could be buried. The plot is accessible through a gorge cutting, and the roads are not appropriate for this sort of development. Naturally, the development has taken these restrictions and has now put in an amendment to that application. The issue is that the community feel they are being left out of a decision and are willing to help the council fight for this proposal. I note in particular Tracy McConchie and Sam Davis, the Douglas Park Reject Cemetery Community Group. They have in good faith reached out to the Mayor, who says he is unavailable for a number of weeks. Meanwhile, the exhibition period has begun for the amendment and is due to end in the first week of October. A resolution of the council was in place for council to form an objection to this proposal with the support of the community. The community today are told to access the information for the DA. They will need to fill out a GIPAA request, and I'm aware how this process should and can work. The needless restrictions of the community in this case is unnecessary. The reality is stark, and we must act together as a community to oppose anything that's not beneficial or in keeping with the area. The best consultants have been employed by the developer to sell the proposal. Euphemistic claim of providing for the community, glossed over multiple and serious logistical impediments, mere tokenistic consideration of the land and people heritage, all poised precariously on a shaky spire of promises that will with problems that will be dealt with at some mythical time in the future. Residents don't have the luxury of indulging in marketing fantasy, but must face the reality of sustained and insufferable gorging of sandstone to enable rock crypts, gushing and potentially contaminated overflows through their home en route to the river just behind them, reeking, perhaps carcinogenic, plumes from a crematorium, long processions of hundreds of visitors daily, with 2 or 3 access routes involving travel over winding one-way river causeways. Not just the human residents, but the glorious flora and fauna will be impacted, earmarked for the protection in the Cumberland Plain Conservation and protected by a regulatory control that the developer has spent decades flagrantly disregarding. Fast forward 4 years, and the proponent, having failed to sell the site in its current form, has increased the capacity to almost 70,000 plots, ludicrously suggesting triple-decker coffins, placements in terrain that is unable to support a single depth, added a crematorium, and has its stamp state significant. With his continued pursuit of this development that residents do not want or need, they're asking why this profit should take precedence over the rights of rate-paying residents who call Douglas Park home. Some of the people involved in the effort to stop the development in 2020 have been made ill by what they think was a crushing David and Goliath process, unfairly stacked against them. But many others remain, choosing to believe that those at the highest level will step in and do the right thing by preventing this facility from going in entirely the wrong place. To that end, we need the elected councillors to step in and meet with the residents. They deserve not only the ear of the elected council, but also to be assisted in their battle for the community. This process needs to be transparent for the best outcome of my community, remembering that we don't have that many people pass away in our area. And while we know that we need these facilities, this is the wrong place to have it.